Hello everybody, welcome to this instruction video. In this video I'll be showing you how to make part 4 of the Crochet Along Mandala Madness by Helen Shrimpton. I'm using a 3mm crochet hook and the Scheepjes yarns Cotton 8 and Sunkissed. I'll be taking you step by step through the rounds making up part 4. We'll be making popcorn stitches as well as a nice little edge along our work. Hope it's a useful video for you. Thank you for watching. Round 30, I have a new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start with a standing single crochet in the stitch just before the chain 1 space. So in difference to previous rounds, we're not working in the actual chain 1 space. We're going to take the stitch just before. So if you see this is your chain 1 space, then that's single crochet just before that. To start in there with a standing single crochet. Then we're making a chain 1. I'm going to remove the stitch marker and hook it onto the new chain 1 that we've just made. Now we're going to skip the chain 1 space and in the next single crochet make the next stitch. So take a look, you see, if I just pull my work a little bit, you see that single crochet stitch opening up there, and that's where you're going to make a single crochet. Like so. Now you have your chain. Your chain 1 is now slightly bigger than the previous ones because it's because you're not working in this chain 1 space but on either side of it. You continue by working 6 half double crochets on the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 half double crochets. Now you should have 2 single crochets left here before we get to all the ruffles. You're going to skip these 2 single crochets as well as the ruffles, and we're going to go to the back of the ruffle. I'll just show you here. You should have a skipped stitch here. You see you worked in that. This is the stitch you skipped. We're making the ruffles, and this is the stitch we're going to be working in now. In that stitch you're going to make 3 double crochets. So we're going to skip these 2 single crochets, we're going to skip the single crochet that's here and basically all the ruffles, and then in that empty stitch that's behind the ruffle you work a double crochet, and the second one and the third one all in the same stitch. You can see that behind the ruffle you have 3 double crochets. You're going to do exactly the same for all the next ruffles. So you're going to skip everything that's in between, and again behind the ruffle in that empty stitch you're going to again work 3 double crochets. So it's going to be this stitch here. Because you see this stitch contains that front loop single crochet. That's not the stitch you want. You want the stitch next to it that doesn't contain anything else. You're going to again make 3 double crochets in there. 1, 2, 3 double crochets, and then going on to the next ruffle. Again, skip everything that already contains something. You're going for your next empty stitch and work 3 double crochets, and 2 and 3. So you can see how you're making a background to those ruffles. Let me just turn everything a bit here. And again the next stitch, always take a moment to just double check which stitch it is, because it's easy to accidentally take a stitch that already contains a single crochet in the front loop, and then your things are going to be misaligned. So you're going to do this 6 times in total, skipping the stitches in between and then working that 3 double crochets behind the ruffle, and 3. There we go. Skipping the last stitches, working this behind the last ruffle. This is a stitch that doesn't contain anything. Work 3 double crochets in there, and 2 and 3. You can see how you framed these ruffles. We're now going to work half double crochets here, exactly the same as we did on this side. So we're going to skip this front loop single crochet and the first 2 single crochets, and in that third stitch, that's this one here, going to make the first half double. So skip the front loop, these 2 single crochets, and this here is the next stitch you're going for. Going to make a half double crochet in that, as well as the next 5 stitches. So you're going to do this with 6 stitches in total. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And now, if everything went well, you should have 1 stitch left before the chain 1 space, and you're going to work a single crochet into that. And this stitch is exactly the same as the stitch we just started with this standing single crochet. So what we've just worked, this is your repeat unit. You're going to do this all the way around. So that means it's again a chain 1, skip the space here, so skip the chain 1 space, and then go into the actual single crochet next to it and work a single crochet. And then again on the next 6 stitches, work 6 half double crochets. 2, 3, there we go, yes, 4, 5, 6, and now you can skipping these 2 stitches and going on the back of the ruffle for that first empty stitch and work 3 double crochets in there. 2, 3, and etc. Also behind the next ruffle, work 3 double crochets. See how you're doing exactly the same as with the previous repeat. And this one too. So you're going to continue like this, going all the way around. When you get to the first stitch, you close on that first standing double crochet. So continue with these, behind the ruffles and these stitches here also. And you're going to make a nice framework behind the ruffles. Close on the beginning stitch with either a slip stitch or an invisible join, and then I'll see you for the next round. We'll be using a different color yarn. Round 31, new color yarn on my hook, and we're again going to start in the single crochet before the chain 1 space. So here's the chain 1 space, and that single crochet before it, with a standing single crochet. Chain 1, again skip the chain 1 space, that's this space here, and on the next single crochet, that's going to be this stitch, work a single crochet, like so. Half double crochets on the next 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Now you're again going to go basically behind the ruffles in the double crochets that we made last time on the previous round. We're going to make double crochets on the next 7 stitches. This is the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And now you're basically halfway. Then on the next stitch you're going to be making a treble crochet. That's twice over. 1, 2, 3 times off. And also on the next stitch you're going to be making a treble. Twice over, and 1, 2, 3 times off. On the next stitch you're going to be making 2 trebles in this one stitch. Twice over, 1, 2, 3, and again 1, 2, 3. Treble on the next stitch. 1, 2, 3 times off, and now you should have 7 double crochets left, and you're going to be making 7 double crochets in those again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. This is number 5, 6, and number 7 should fall in your last double crochet here. And now you're on these half doubles again. On the next 6 half doubles you're going to again make a half double crochet, especially this first one. That's the stitch you're going into there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then number 6. Now you should have 1 stitch left before the chain 1 space, and on that 1 stitch you're making again a single crochet. Chain 1, skip the chain 1 space, and then on your single crochet, if you just pull your work apart, you'll see that is the stitch you're going for. Make, sorry, now I'm in a chain 1 space, stitch next to it, work a single crochet, and this point is again the same as that point. So you're going to repeat what you've just done on all 8 edges, and then close with a slip stitch or an invisible join on your first stitch. Round 32, I have a new color yarn on my hook, and we're going to start basically behind the ruffles. If you see here, you'll see you have 5 trebles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trebles. These 5. You're going to go for the center one, so that's the 3rd treble. And we're going to make a standing back post double crochet around this treble. So this is the 3rd. 1, 2, 3 of the 5. So that's basically the center one. And we're going to be making a new point there. So I'm going to start by making a back post double crochet around that center treble. There we go. There you go. So that's the 3rd one. Chain 1, and then another back post double treble. Sorry, back post double crochet around the treble. There we go. Of the same stitch. And this has created your new corner or point. And now we're ready to start the repeat. We're going to be making 9 back post double crochets around the next 9 stitches. So the first one, and this first stitch I'm just going to mark because we'll need it later on in round 35. So 1, 2, so exactly the same as a double crochet, but just you're making it around the post and from the back. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then this is number 9. 9, like so. And you'll see that this brings these stitches forward, it tilts them forward, so you get this nice little edge here. We're going to skip the next 2 stitches. These are the 2 half doubles, and on the 3rd stitch going to make a single crochet. So we'll skip 1, 2 stitches and then make a single crochet. On the next stitch also a single crochet, and then 2 single crochets in the following stitch. 1, 2. These last 2 stitches we made we're going to repeat. So again a single crochet on the next stitch, and on the stitch afterwards make 2 single crochets. So 1 and 2. At this point you should have reached the chain 1 space. I'm going to make a single crochet in that chain 1 space. And now again moving on to the half doubles on this side, make 2 single crochets on the next stitch. It's 1, 2, and 1 single crochet on the following. And we're again going to repeat these last 2 stitches. So on the next stitch make 2 single crochets, followed by 1 single crochet on the next. We still need to do 1 more single crochet, that's on this stitch here. And now you should have 2 stitches left before you get to the double crochet. So these 2 half doubles we're again going to skip exactly the same way as we did on this side. And then we're going to be making back post double crochets until we get to making a new corner. So yarn over for the double crochet, skip 2 stitches, and then this is the stitch you would be going for, but remember we're going to do the back post, front to back. So 1, 2, 3, and then number 4. Yes, there we go. So back to front, pick up that loop. That was this 4, so this is 5. 6, 7, 8, and number 9. And now you should have reached the third. Your next stitch should be again the third treble of these 5, so the center stitch we're going to make a new corner in. just going to mark this last double crochet back post that we just made, and again leave that stitch marker there for the next few rounds until you get to round 35. Yarn over and make a back post double crochet on the next stitch, chain 1, and again a back post double around the same stitch. So you're going to have to bring these two on top of each other, and then that is again your new point made, which is exactly the same as this point here. Yarn over, and I'm just going to get you started on the next repeat, which is 9 double crochets back post. So this is 2, and the first one I'm again going to just mark that first one like so. So you're basically marking the first and the last double crochets back post of the repeat, so they're on either side of your corner that you just made. That was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then number 9. There we go. And if again you've made this edge here, now you're going to again skip the next 2 stitches and then start on your single crochets here, exactly the same way we did on this side. So your repeat is from point to point. This is your repeat. You're going to do this all the way around and then close with a slip stitch on your first standing back post double crochet. I'm using the same color yarn for the next round, so I won't be cutting off. So go all the way around, put these stitch markers there just to help you for later on, and then I'll see you for round 33. Round 33, I'm going to use the same color yarn. I'm currently of course in that first standing back post double crochet we made. I'm going to make it chain 1 to get me to the correct height, and now make a front post double crochet around the same post. So yarn over and a front post, so that's from front to back, so this is the other way around than in the previous round. So on that first stitch make a front post double crochet, chain 1. And now on the next 11 stitches we're also going to be making front post double crochets, and the first one will of course be the other half of the corner. So that's 1, and because you're working the front post stitches here, your stitch markers are going to fall to the back of your work. The front post double crochets on the next 11 stitches. Where are we at the moment? Let me just check. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, number 10, and 11, which is going to be the first single crochet you have here. Now made 11 stitches, just double check. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 front post double crochets. So on the next 2 stitches you're going to make front post half doubles. These are around that single crochet stitch. Make a front post half double. That's 1, and also the next. Two, and then a front post single around the next 9. So this is 1, 2, 3. Take your time on this. 4, 5, 6, 7, number 8, and then this is number 9. There we go. And again 2 front post half doubles. And 1 and 2 half doubles, just do my work, and then again 11 front post doubles. And your first one will again be on a single crochet here before you so this is again the last single crochet here, so there's a checkpoint for you there, and that's your first double front post double crochet. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, and then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and number 11 will again be the stitch just before the chain 1 space. And then this is number 11, and everything you've just done, because you're now at the same point you are where we started, you're going to repeat all the way around. So just so a chain 1 for the corner, and then around the next stitch make again a front post. That's the first of again 11 front post double crochets. That was 1, 2, oops, 2, and 3, and again the first of 11. Then you're going to make the front post half doubles and the front post singles. So go all the way around, and you're getting a nice background for this edge that we've made in the previous round. So go all the way around, do all your repeats, and then in the next round I'm going to use a new color yarn. Round 34, I have a new color yarn on my hook. You're going to start on any chain 1 point space on your corner space with a popcorn stitch. I'm going to start by making a standing double crochet in this chain 1 space. And now we're going to make 4 more double crochets in the same space. So to get 5 in total. That's 2, 3 double crochets, 4, and 5 double crochets. And to make the popcorn stitch, we open up the loop. I always hook the loop on my finger that nothing happens to it. Go back to that first double crochet, in this case a standing double crochet. Push your hook through there, pick up the loop, close the loop, and pull through that first double crochet and a chain one. This chain one is actually part of the popcorn stitch and doesn't count in any descriptions in the pattern. So this chain one is actually part of make a popcorn stitch. Now we're going to make a chain one. So this is a pattern chain one. That means you have two here in total, one from the popcorn and one from the pattern description. Going to skip a stitch, and the first stitch we're going to skip is going to be this stitch here, and that's going to be slightly hidden by the popcorn. That means the next stitch we're going for is this stitch here, so don't accidentally skip a stitch too many. So I'm going to skip this stitch and then make a popcorn stitch in the next. So that means in here I'm going to make again 5 double crochets. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. I'm going to open up and again go back to that first double crochet, the first of the 5, pick up the loop again, close and pull through, chain 1. So that's your second popcorn made. Again, chain 1, because we're going to do this 6 times, skip a stitch, skip that stitch, and then the next again make a popcorn. So that's 1 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets in the same stitch, open up, go back to the first one, pick up the loop, close, pull through, chain 1. So this is the repeat you're going to do 6 times. So we've done 2, so we need to do 4 more because this corner popcorn here doesn't count as the repeat. So that's 2. That means chain 1, skip a stitch, and again a popcorn in the following. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets. Got to open up, go to that first double crochet, pick up the loop, pull through, chain 1. That's 3 times. Number 4, chain 1, skip a stitch, and then in the next stitch again make a popcorn. That's 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, make the popcorn, oops, make sure you don't accidentally lose that loop, make the popcorn again. Okay, now something went wrong here, let me just do that again. Now you're going to do that last stitch again because I fumbled with the yarn. So those are 4 double crochets, and then number 5. Sometimes you just got to take your time a little bit more. 5 double crochets. Go to the first, pick up and pull through, chain 1. And we have now 1, 2, 3, 4 popcorns. We're going to make 6. So again, chain 1, skip a stitch, and then the next again a popcorn. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, open up, pick up again, pull through, chain 1. So for the last repeat, chain 1, skip a stitch. Going to make it the last popcorn is on this first half double here that you made, back the front post half double. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Open up. Go back to that first stitch again, pull through, chain 1. So now you've done the repeat 6 times. You've got the corner and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 popcorns with chain 1s in between. Now for the small straight edge over here, again do a chain 1. So you've still got 2 chains here, one from the popcorn and one from the pattern. Skipping the next stitch, which is going to be the half double, and make a half double crochet on the next 2 stitches. So I'm going to skip the half double, and on the first single crochet, you're going to be making 1 half double and a half double on the next also. Then on the next 5 stitches, make a single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 single crochets, and now again 2 half doubles on the next 2 stitches. Just got my yarn slightly entangled, and that'll be 1. Go 1 half double and 2 half double crochets. So this is a small straight edge you have here. And now we're again going to be making popcorns on this side, just like on that side. Start with the chain 1, skip the next stitch. It's going to be this one. So on that second half double is going to be your first popcorn stitch. So then again 5 double crochets. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, and then go back to that first stitch to pick up the loop, pull through, chain 1. This you're again going to repeat 6 times. So second repeat, chain 1. So again you still got those 2 chain 1s together, one from the popcorn, one from the pattern. Skip a stitch, and on the next stitch work the popcorn. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, open up, go to the beginning, and pull through, chain 1. Next repeat, chain 1, skip a stitch, and make a popcorn again. 2 double crochets, this is number 3, 4, and 5. Chain 1. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and make a popcorn. Remember, the popcorn is 5 double crochets and chain 1 to connect the popcorn together, and that chain 1 does not count as anything that's written in the pattern. It really belongs to the popcorn stitch. Chain 1, 4 repeats, chain 1, skip a stitch, and then another popcorn. So you're almost there. And 4, and one more. This is number 5. Pick up chain 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Chain 1, last repeat, skip a stitch, and a popcorn. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Pull through, chain 1. We've now done this 6 times, and now we're ready to go to the corner space. So again, chain 1 and work a popcorn in the chain 1 corner space. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 double crochets, open up, pull through, chain 1. And now you're at exactly the same point where you were back here. So this popcorn and this popcorn is exactly the same one. So it's a bit of work, all these popcorns. So this repeat you're going to do all the way around and then close on your first standing double crochet. So that's really going to be back here. If you just pull on your tail, your yarn tail, you'll see exactly where that stitch is. You're going to close on that stitch there. Go all the way around, and then you've completed part 4 of Mandala Madness, and I hope it was a useful video for you, and I hope to see you again next time for part 5.